But you have Jokic in top three scoring in the league. Maybe LaMelo leaped him because LaMelo is balling out, but
Yeah, he's killing it.
Jokic has his top 3 points, number one rebounder, and number one assist maker. In the running for MVP, number one what?
Number one in 3-point shooting too.
What?
Percentage. Sorry,
That's
percentage.
crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. That's pretty
Nah,
good.
dog.
I mean, he doesn't shoot a ton, but that's good. So yeah, so where does that leave the Nuggets? Obviously, Jokic is still in that MVP conversation, and as they continue to win, that will continue to up his rank. So right now they're sitting at eighth, and he's the number one player in the league right now. So what does that mean for the Denver Nuggets? Are they kind of creeping back into that contender conversation where they could play with the Boston Celtics. They could play with the T Wolves and the teams that were giving them a hard time last year in the West. Where do you see them going this year, essentially, if they continue this on?
um, right now with this roster, probably no further than last year, which was what, second round. I don't know. I
Okay.
don't see them like Jokic is definitely, as of today, right now, he is definitely the best player in the league right now. Giannis is kind of catching him. We'll talk about that later. But Jokic is definitely the best player in the league right now. All the stats you named are like they're MVP, Hall of Fame stats. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's showing that there's something on that team, on that roster, where they need to do maybe little tweaks. I think they need more of a perimeter defender. I know they got Christian Brown, and then Aaron Gordon can play a little bit of defense stuff, but they need an actual like that defender. Okay, that's the guy we know is going to take the best guy every night.
Yeah.
Um, they need to work on some other stuff. Like they got to work on their interior defense as well. Like a lot of things where you'll get exploited in the playoffs, they're kind of lacking right now.
Hmm.
But the only good thing I'll give them is that they do have a strong 7-man rotation, if you want to say, which works out in the playoffs because in the playoffs, obviously your bench shortened and whatnot, so it's about
Yeah.
continuity at that point. So they definitely have that in their favor. But right now, outside of Jokic, like Christian Brown's playing very well, being inserted in the starting lineup. Jamal Murray's kind of regressed a tiny bit. Michael Porter Jr. is doing his thing, but outside of Jokic, it's like I don't know, it doesn't seem like championship basketball to me.
Yeah.
And I've always told you like the the Denver Nuggets haven't beaten a great team in the playoffs yet. Um, I'm not saying
Mm.
that anybody in the playoffs they haven't faced it was garbage or whatever, but they haven't faced that upper echelon team. And when they face a team that was kind of eye level to them, a la Minnesota Timberwolves, sorry, we saw what happened and
They
they
were the
lost.
victors. So
So
you're referring to several playoff seasons, like not just last year, but the year before. They haven't really played a tough team in their championship year last year when they made it to I guess the semis, right? Um, okay. I mean,
because
yeah,
what
that's a fair statement. Who did they really have to beat to get to the finals, right? And it was a clear 4-1 against Miami when they won.
so
So yeah.
so 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 I so I'm saying yes, Jokic is great, but I don't think he's that great where he can carry a team to like. And this is why I get it, he's great. I'm not trying to diminish his greatness, but this is why I see players different. Like I see LeBron as a different stratosphere, bro, because LeBron takes whoever's with him and he's like, we're going
Yeah.
to the finals. I can't guarantee we're gonna win, but we're going to the finals. You know what I'm trying to
Hmm.
say? And I just don't think Jokic is that type of player. He's a great player, but I don't think he's a LeBron James, if that makes sense. So they
Okay.
really need to tweak this roster in order to get back to the championship, in my opinion.
Okay, so LeBron is the type of dog that can pull a sleigh all the way to the destination that you're trying to get to, right? May not,
All the way.
successfully win, but he's gonna get you there. You're saying Jokic isn't that big of a dog to pull that sleigh. He's pulling, and he's pulling in the right direction, but not to the capabilities of getting you to the finals. Essentially, is what you're saying.
Pretty much. And there
Okay.
hasn't been any evidence of that in the playoffs right now, where Jokic is that guy where he can get to the finals. I know they've only been to the final once,
Hmm.
but yeah, they've only been to the
He
finals
had a
once,
lot of
and
help that year, anyways, too.
yeah. Well, I mean, eh, yeah, he had help, but I mean, let's not act like
They were a
Jokic is
team. They
the
were a
engine.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like Jokic is the engine. So in order for them to help him, he has to be great at what he does. You know what I'm trying to say?
Fair.
But yeah, but,
Okay. I mean, yeah, they definitely need a like perimeter defenders. Like when you look at a team like Boston, and we were
mm,
saying how they have four great, backcourt defenders, right?
facts.
And MPJ is not playing, not locking up the other team's best scorer. You know what I mean? So that's one hole in their defense, and defense is going to win championships. So yeah,
Facts,
it looks like
facts.
they're definitely not the team that they were 2 years ago, and they definitely need to fix some things if they want to go further than the second round.